Sorry about that. And we're getting ready to go live here. I guess we are live streaming. We'll just start with this opening. Okay, well, welcome, Jocelyn. Thank you for coming on board here to talk with us today.
Thank you.
Want to make sure that everything's going well there. So what time is it there in Utah?
Oh, it is 2:25.
2:25, great. You know, I'm really grateful that you had such an open mind when we did our prospecting calls to agents in the area. And I know that you and I didn't have an opportunity to do the traditional Zoom and kind of meet that way. It was kind of a phone call, but I think it was, I was busy out in the field, you were busy, and we just had that real, raw, open conversation about a little bit about who you were, who I was, why we were calling, and what we were looking to achieve. And it was if you were interested in an opportunity that could grow your business, grow your wealth, and give you an opportunity for passive income. And you were open for that. And I guess what I'm curious to know, just because there's a lot of agents out there that are trying to attract agents to maybe join a team or come over to their brokerage. I being with eXp, understanding the passive income opportunity, I definitely wanted to share that with other agents. So maybe tell us a little bit about yourself, where you were at, and kind of the timing and what prompted you to be even open to take the call or look into something else other than what you were currently doing.
Well, I was just getting ready to make a move anyway. It was going back to a brokerage I had previously been with, which I loved. I didn't leave the brokerage I was leaving because I didn't love it either. I loved both of them, but I was moving somewhere back to somewhere where I really loved. When I got a phone call, it was like 3 days prior to making the move, and just was presented with an opportunity that I felt like for the long run was a better idea. For the short term, the other brokerage would have put more money in my pocket immediately, but what eXp had to offer was not only like more of a retirement plan, profit sharing. It just made a lot more business sense, financial sense for me to do that for the long run security of my family.
Okay, so basically you were in a situation where you were already looking at making a move, and it was to something that you were familiar with, something that you had really loved, and that you had looked at maybe putting more money into your pocket immediately. Mm-hmm. But there happened to be this call 3 days prior to that. So they say timing is everything. I guess You're a perfect example of that. Mm-hmm. But I also do believe that things don't happen in my life by accident. And I know you and I have shared a little bit about our faith. And I think that's what really connected us.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have a tendency not to worry about tomorrow because I know who brings tomorrow, right? But not everybody shares that same kind of faith. However, I have found it to be very powerful in business, and I've found that it's part of who we are. And connections is what it's all about, and building relationships. And when you have people that are like-minded and are able to really open up and be able to share everything about who they are, it kind of it attracts people attract other people that are similar, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I found that just to be a real blessing. And I believe that the timing was just absolutely perfect. To that, I'm just, I'm grateful. I'm always thankful how God provides a way. But something you had also said was about immediately more money in your pocket, but you were looking at long term. And kind of, I know the reason why, but I just want to share with people so that they know what gives an agent a mindset to think about the future. So when you're talking long term, I know you've gone through some stuff in your life, and you are where you are at in your life based on your experiences. And I know there's a lot of agents out there that are just thinking about right now. If I could just make enough money right now, or if I could just do this right now, and they don't look to the future. And so, what has caused that for you? And maybe you've always been a future thinker, but just wondering.
I have been.
Mhm.
I have been always a future thinker, but just getting off of that hamster wheel, the nonstop constant hamster wheel. Not that I am a production. I enjoy working with clients. That's what I enjoy most about real estate. I love homes. I love
Yeah.
architecture. I love home interiors, but I love people mostly. So I don't want to step away from that completely, but I would have to say the last 6 years of my career have they've been, a little bit exhausting. So having the opportunity to bring in other streams of income in conjunction with what I was doing was definitely very appealing. So I also get to work with people as I bring other agents in. So it's a bonus that way too. But yeah, just not to have to rely on that one stream of revenue.
Great. So basically, I guess if I were to like summarize it or put it into a real, it's a short-term sacrifice for long-term results.
Absolutely, and very short term because you do have it's a good cap. I mean, it's a very good commission structure with eXp as well. So yeah, it wouldn't have been instant huge paychecks. It may be a couple months, but I feel like with the profit sharing and the stock options, that was a no-brainer for my business mind.
Sure.
Also, just having the opportunity to have you as a resource and your marketing expertise is. I love clients. I love working with people. I love selling houses, staging houses, making them look beautiful, and sending pictures out of them. Not so much pictures or videos of me. So that's where you're helping me to get out and get in front of people as well. So yeah, it just all around clicked all of my boxes and made sense for where I want to head in my future.
Well, that sounds great. And thank you for that. And I know it's been one of those things always where I know that I can help one person that's right here with me. But what I found with social media, putting this out there, that people are looking for help everywhere and people can make connections. I mean, you're in Utah, I'm in California, and we've been so interconnected, more interconnected, I feel like, than some of the agents that I have around me on a daily, on the daily. And that's because it's intentional. We're tied together. We can connect, and we can make that that support mechanism. And you talked about marketing. I mean, I love to like coach and help people. And so that's one of the things, is to be able to equip you with enough resources that you're able to get on and to do these types of things on your own. People have asked me, well, do you, I don't do social media, or I don't even know what a TikTok is. And I'll never have a YouTube channel. I don't want to be an influencer. And I think that when I hear that, what I hear is someone saying, I just don't know what that is. I've been doing what I've been doing for the last 15 years or 16 years or whatever. And I didn't sign up for it. Like this is not necessarily what I wanted to do. And from a marketing standpoint, like what I shared with my daughter when she went off to school, I told her, you need to take a marketing class. She goes, well, she was art, made, all these different things, but she ended up finding what I knew was her perfect job, was becoming an elementary school teacher. And she says, but why would I need marketing? I said, are you kidding me? Are you ever going to go for a job interview? Are you going to need to go and have a resume? Are you going to need to be able to put onto paper or onto video or in an interview We have listing appointments. We have lots of things that we do in real estate, right? We are constantly marketing ourselves. So when I hear a successful agent like yourself say, I don't do marketing, you absolutely do. And you're
I
doing
do. I don't market myself as well as I do homes.
yes.
Like I said those exact words. I've been in this business for 16 years. I am camera shy. Like I didn't get in this business to be all over social media. I've even often said, if I weren't in this business, I may not be on social media. So it really is a thing that I have to push myself to do. And having you as a resource and the expertise helps a lot. And I'm getting to enjoy it more. I'm just more of a one-on-one person, but you're right. We are absolutely always marketing ourselves. I'm better sitting across a table from two people or a
Yeah.
small family than blasting myself
Yes.
out for everybody to see. But yeah, that's where you come in, is that little missing link.
Boost. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the other thing too is it's still the same thing. It's just you have a broader audience, right? So like
Yeah.
you and I right now, we're two people having this interview. You're sitting in Utah, I'm sitting in California. So what we can do with technology today is we can be able to offer those services to people in a much larger territory. And that for me was one of those big things. And you talked about passive income and building future and other revenue streams. I think that that was one of the keys for me. I don't know about for you, but that you no longer are like required to work in this territory. Like
Right.
it just
It
expanded.
expands. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So being able to have those kinds of conversations and even able to work with people, um, with Zoom links. I know a lot of the kids across the nation had to learn how to do school via Zoom. I mean, our whole world really has changed, and so I just want I thank you for being honest on how you didn't want to be in front of the camera, and you don't mind marketing homes, but it just feels like a different world today. Like we're marketing ourselves. And we absolutely are,
Yeah.
because the way people do business today is different. They'll Google us and find out what our reviews are. They'll look at different things. So of course we have our sphere of influence, but where do we go from there? And how do we build and add new clientele? So that's from the production side. And you had mentioned something about getting off the production wheel. I know you and I both talked about, we do love what we do because
Yes.
at the end of the day, we do real estate. But one of the things that we have are families, we have children, right?
Yes.
And so being able to, on a weekend, go to a soccer tournament or a volleyball tournament or a play, or gosh, just to be able to go to the park and the zoo or go for a bike ride without feeling like we're attached to the phone, right?
Yeah.
I think what we're doing is we're making what eXp has done for me, and I know that you and I talked about this, was it opens up the opportunity for us to our priorities are our family. I know that, but our families sometimes can feel like they take a back seat because of the nature of our business and when our calls come through.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Right. And so this is a very intentional way, by making this move to eXp Realty, is an intentional way to show our families that, look, we're not always going to be out there every single weekend. We're going to share this opportunity with other agents. We're building a larger marketplace for ourselves so that there's other revenue streams so that mom can go out on a bike ride on a Saturday, right? Yes. So I think that that's really big. You had hit on some of those things when you were speaking before, and I know that that is just key. I've heard some people say, "Oh, stocks are like, the stock market's terrible right now." Well, again, we're talking about long-term thinkers, right? So stocks are long-term. Short-term return on investment, that's like us in real estate. What are we going to invest in our marketing, right? What's going to be the best return for our investment? So when we're looking at marketing, it's a short-term investment. When we're looking at providing for our family, stocks, having a diverse portfolio with investments in real estate, investments in stocks, and then passive income streams. Those can come from like rental properties, right? But eXp provides passive income streams for real estate agents.
Right.
And that was simply by me sharing the opportunity with you. So
Right.
my passive income is going to grow because I shared the opportunity with you. Now, it does not take any money out of your pocket,
Nope.
which I find absolutely amazing. So by sharing, it's kind of like if you were sharing, I don't know, if we had a cookie and I said, hey, I'm going to share this cookie with you. It's great. You need to try this cookie, right? And then like the cookie maker says, oh, you shared that with someone? That was really nice of you. I'm going to give you back part of the cookie that you shared, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's like this, it's a give back. So the mentality
Yeah.
on eXp is about giving back to the agent. And that's what allows us to be so free with sharing marketing ideas
Right.
and building our businesses. Because if I help you build your business, that in essence is building my business, right? And then
Yeah.
I want you to be able to build your business and have the tools that you need. So I'm going to be available to you. But it's not just you and me. You've talked with several other people that are part of the organization, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, and you found that probably I might be one of the only ones who has their phone on them 24/7. But have you found like with onboarding, because we said we're going to talk a little bit about onboarding on this. Have you found you know, I joined EXP, I like here's all the reasons why I joined, now what? Is overwhelming, would that be a good word?
That's a good word for it. It's always overwhelming when you change brokerages. It's always overwhelming. EXP has a lot of extra features, which are hugely beneficial to our business. It's just learning them. So the process has been great though. I've had a ton of support. I've had the people that I've needed to help me and the questions that I've had answer. There's a lot of, they provide a lot for what they, give. They do provide a lot. For me, I get a little bit overwhelmed with learning technology anyway. And then once I learn it, it's done. So it's a steep learning curve, and then I'm good. But I have had everything I've needed, all the resources I've needed to get that help. And the one thing I was nervous about moving to EXP, and I grilled you and Sheldon. I spoke to an agent from St. George. Was the ability to access a broker, because I've been in the business 16 years. It's not like I have an everyday broker question, but when we have broker questions, it's not usually we're getting in an offer quickly or accepting an offer within a deadline. It's not, we don't have a lot of time. And I thought, oh my goodness, is she going to be available for me? And she has been fantastic. So, I mean, there's even more ways to get to reach her than just the phone or walking into an office. I was worried about not having the option to walk into an office, but actually I've had more access to her than less.
Sure, without having to get in your car and head down to an office, you're able,
Right.
And even if it was a stay-at-home day with your daughter or something, you could be in your warm, cozy sweats and just hop on a call real quick with her right through the EXP world.
Yeah.
You had mentioned that you had access to her. It's amazing to me how many brokers that we do have access to across the nation. So obviously questions that you're going to get, broker questions you're going to get in Utah, that's not something that I can help you with specifically. I'm not a broker in Utah. I'm not licensed in Utah, but I have been able to talk with the Utah team. And I said, hey, I need help. I've got this new agent, not new to real estate, but new to EXP. And I need them to be able to be, have access and stuff. And I was really impressed. Because you're my first agent in Utah, I was really impressed with the whole Utah team. And I have heard across the nation that people have similar experiences, right? Because of course we're one brokerage. So what that means is it just one broker? Because some people say, well, I don't understand. What does that mean? Is that just one broker? Well, we have brokers across, there's California state brokers, there's Utah state brokers, Nevada, Wyoming, like everywhere. And so that's just part of learning how to go into the world, which you downloaded on your computer.
I did.
Did you make your little avatar yet?
I did.
Are you wearing a hat or?
No, it's pretty basic. I probably need to go play around with it and have some fun. But yeah.
That's the least of, that's the most time that I've kind of spent in the eXp world, was like having fun making the avatar. Just because I was showing my kids that it's, it really is a metaverse out there, right? And the Verbella system, Glenn Sanford, who's our CEO, we are part of eXp World Holdings, which has different entities, and we've got so much, like you said, to offer. There are so many levels that this brokerage offers to us as agents, that there really is this huge learning curve, if you will, because it's like peeling parts away. So obviously, if you're a production agent, which you definitely were, a great producing agent, making that transition to a company where now you have this learning curve, but still keeping up your production can be tricky, right? Yeah. So what have you found? And I know it's great. I think the number one thing about you and why you're so successful is that you're willing to ask. I think there's a lot of people that are out there that just try to manage or figure things out on their own, and they get overwhelmed and they just shut down and go, what did I do? So what do you think was kind of your trick to success on being a production agent and then moving over and kind of having this learning curve while still producing?
Well, my trick is 16 years of learning how to juggle everything, but really, I just had a lot of resources. So I mean, between you and Doug and Sheldon and the Megan, I've just had and Kristen, my broker, I've had all the resources that I've needed. And the tech side of it hasn't been as scary as I thought it would be. It's actually been helpful and kind of fun to learn and push myself out a little bit more out of my comfort zone. And I look forward to learning KV Core better and getting that CRM going, because that has a ton to offer, and I'm excited. And
yeah, absolutely. So you and I are gonna we have another meeting tomorrow with Nick Krem, which is Krem Global, who is a marketing guru and helps agents in 50 different states and like 14 different countries or something like that. I mean, he's all over the place. But he was unable to meet the other day, and I indicated that you were looking forward to that particular live broadcast, and he has extended a special one-on-one. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. Again, it is really not always what you know today, but who you know and the connections that you make. And it helps to expand your offerings and what you have. And none of us, you're great at being an agent, and you're wanting to grow your business. And so how can we assist you with that? And you don't have to be great at making videos or doing things like that. There are teams and there are ways that we can implement these kinds of services for little to no costs. And so that's something I look forward to sharing with you tomorrow. And then, of course, it'll be a future broadcast that we will have Nick on. But yeah, so your social media, your marketing, your KV Core, that's another training. And I hear you. I'm the same way. So I kind of laughed when I saw it. It's like, I've got all these training videos and all these things to plug into, but can't somebody just tell me what to do?
Yeah, talking to the bot is, and I have a decent attention span, but when you just can't find what you're looking for after a while, you're like, can I just talk to a human being?
Yeah, so absolutely.
I'm really looking forward to that. So thank you. So there hasn't been anything I've ran into so far that you guys haven't been able to provide the resource, like a human being for me to talk to tomorrow.
Yeah.
That will be fantastic.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
So that's great. Well, I know. So even though we're in a virtual world, and that's why I wanted to make a point out of it, is that it is still very relational, and it's personable. Um, when we can use bots, use bots, like somebody's wanting to know something, and it's 3 a.m. in the morning and they're looking at a house. If we have a bot that can respond to them, that's great. And
yeah,
then we're able to then make that human interaction during normal work hours. And so I think there's a place for
yeah,
that type of technology. But I do believe that the one-on-one, and we can schedule those and set those up, it makes all the difference in the world. And that's what I'm about. That's, coming on to eXp with me. I'm all about the personal relationship and relationship building, and providing the resources that you need in a real-time format and in a personable format. I know that you're going to be growing your network there in Utah. So that's what we're going to be helping you with your social media, and being able to reach out to agents in the area as well. So if anyone's in Utah at this time and they want a local gal that they can connect with, I mean, obviously they could reach out to you. And you're learning. That's the beauty about it. As you're learning, it really makes you hyper aware of things that a new agent moving, new to EXP is going to be experiencing. And
right,
I found that, it's never, once you understand the business model of eXp Realty, you want to share it with people right away. So that's something that you will be able to do. And we're there to support you for that as well. Is there anything else that you'd like to give as like parting wisdom to, I know I talked with uh, a top recruiting agent, and I don't know why I'm drawing a blank right now. It's crazy, but one of the things he said was being radically open-minded.
yeah,
And that, as an entrepreneur, if you think you have all the answers today, and that the way you're running your business today, that's immediately what puts the cap and limits you.
right,
So how to be radically open-minded without having the business fall apart when you are being open to new ideas, new theories, new business plans and business models. I think that you were at a place where you were wanting a change and a transition. So you were already open, um, but you had thought that you had a plan, that you were migrating back to where you had come from.
yeah.
Um, but there was that openness that you had. Um, and what would you say is the number one thing, I guess, that Jay Kinder, I don't know why I forgot that name, so I'm sorry. Sorry, Jay. What was that number one thing that really, one or two things, and we'll end with that, of why EXP and not going back to the brokerage that you said you loved both of them, but you were going back to that one that you just absolutely loved. What was the main thing?
Just the security it'll provide for me and my daughter in the future is the biggest thing. Um, yeah, I mean, I could have more now, or I can have security in the future. And it provided that without me having to go get my broker's license and having to go get a brick and mortar building and having to find marketing for my agents and provide all of those things. It's actually kind of an unheard of opportunity for an agent, because I'm at the point in my career where I'm at that point where you do go get your broker's license typically, if
Mhm.
you kind of segue into that, you start thinking about that anyway. So it just provided me an opportunity of having to take on my broker's license and a building and all those things. So yeah.
100%. So you were looking to scale and leverage, and you're thinking, get a broker's license, get some agents underneath me to increase it, and then I'm making a percentage of what they're selling. That gives me the opportunity to go out, but now I have liability of of the insurance for the building that I've got, for the this, for the that, for the workers' comp, all of those types of things. And now what you're saying is exactly what I saw, having been an insurance broker for 26 years, is, wait a minute, you mean I can start out day one and start growing my business and literally bring in other agents and help them and support them, do all the things that I was going to be doing anyway, and I don't have all of those other expenses and all of those risks? 100%, 100%. And it allows us to scale and leverage. And so that we have time with our families. So that future stability for your family is key. I know that there's a lot of people out there that are looking for the exact same thing. I think there's some younger agents out there that might think, you know, I'm not sure what I'm doing. I want to get my feet wet. I want to go out there and be a production monkey for a long period of time. And honestly, you know, why do just one when you could do both?
Right.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I want to really encourage everyone out there who's in real estate. If you've been doing it for 16 years, like Jocelyn, and you were thinking possibly I need to get my broker's license and kind of, you know, you can still brand yourself. All you have to do is put brokered by eXp. But whatever you were thinking for your agency and things like that, for your name, you just work within your state on those types of things. You can build that business today. Why wait? If you're brand new and you're gung-ho and you're wanting to, you know, become a broker, maybe you just got your license and you have to wait 2 years before you become a broker or something, you can start growing your business from day one. So I want to encourage other people to be open-minded like Jocelyn was, that if you're in the exact spot that she was at of getting ready to make a transition, that hopefully the timing was right for you, that you see a video like this, that you're able to be open-minded to the business opportunity to build future wealth, security. And Jocelyn, you're beautiful on camera. You've got a beautiful heart. I appreciate everything that you shared with me. I think you're going to do very well with the social media and marketing side. We know that you do well in real estate. We've seen, you know, and your clients appreciate that. And now you've got the whole package and you're able to share that with other people.
Yes, absolutely. I'm excited.
Good, good. Well, thank you so much for your time today. I'm going to end the live broadcast here. Again, I want to remind everyone to go ahead and subscribe to the live feeds. You can follow me on social media, at My Agent Haley. We've got Jocelyn Moore today that we'd like to thank. Jocelyn, are you on Instagram, or you are, right? So
Jocelyn
what is your
Moore? Yeah, Jocelyn Moore Realty on both Instagram and Facebook.
Perfect. All right. Well, thanks again today, Jocelyn. And I hope Utah weather is treating you guys well today.
Beautiful today. It's hot.
Great.
The arms out. Yeah.
The arms out. Got it. Well, enjoy the weather. Keep on with your exploring and KV Core. We're going to knock that out. And I look forward to meeting with you again.
Okay. Thanks, Haley.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.